Character development. The majority of the population does not care about development. Not to mention that character development takes time. Like, I tell myself I can't, focus on the general population. I can't focus on what they're doing. I can't focus on, you know, on their life. I have to focus on my life. I have to focus on what I'm doing. I have to focus on, you know, like at one point, it becomes, I feel like it's meaningless. I'm about to be 39 almost, and then one more year till 40. And I say to myself, why am I learning? Why am I trying to learn all these phrases and, and this and this and that? And why am I trying to, better myself? Why am I trying to, develop character? Why now after I'm old already? It's not gonna help me of anything. I might as well just relax and you know and and wait to die. you know and but there's old people learning a new language. There's how would you say it, you know but how would you say it, I can't let that affect me. I can't let negativity affect me. I can't let other people affect me. They have this lifestyle of, what, you only live once. So you have to make the best of life. You have to try to make the best of life. But when I've tried to do that, it hasn't worked. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. So I give up, is what I say. I give up, and I rather just, what I'm saying, focus in a different manner. Focus in a different manner. You know what I'm saying? Make the best of life in a different manner, because I've tried to, like, do it in a negative way without knowing. And it has to be structured. What are you gonna do with the rest of your life? You know, your time is limited, and like they say, you only live once. And so I'm not gonna let people's negativity, get the best of me just because, they're negative. And so, like I said, people, the general population, the majority of the people, they don't care about character development. They don't care about bettering their life. They don't care about this. They don't care about that. They live just for today. How would you say it? They how would you say it? They don't care about learning. They don't care about none of that. And I was in this place called Cristo Vive, and the people, they would repeat the same phrases over and over again. And it's kind of odd to hear, the same things over and over again for like 3 months. You know, at least to me it is. You know what I'm saying? It's weird to say, "Good morning. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. How about yourself?" It's weird to hear that every single day in the morning. You know, how about not? How Why don't you come up with something else? Why don't you come up with something else with a different phrase? And I guess it's the same thing with English, because I mean Spanish, is not like, how would you say it? I mean it's Spanish. I think it's lower than English. It's a lower language. It's more slang and stuff like that. I guess you could say, but it's still a language, and you're to say, a greeting in the morning. How can that get odd? How can that? How would you say it seem ignorant? And in English, it's the same thing. They say the same thing. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? How are you doing? Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? How are you doing? It's really weird, to hear that, every single day. I'm people. Everywhere I've gone, people do say the same thing. They have the same greetings, and like, I don't know what it is. I guess you could say I've gotten tired of it, but it's really weird for them to say the same thing over and over again. Like, why not have a couple of greetings for in the morning, like two, three, or four, maybe five. Why not? Why not? And so, like I said, people are like they refuse to develop character. And well, at least I know how to say good morning in like six languages, and at least that's different. But it still seems like, how would you say it? It just seems like really odd to have people repeat, the same phrases in different languages, over and repetitively every single morning. It's a little bit odd, and I just think that in the real world, they have different phrases. They have to that these languages are like limited and that it's a flaw, that it's a basic flaw in reality, that to hear someone say good morning, how are you doing, I'm doing fine, how about yourself? It's really weird and awkward is what I think.